What's up, Headless Horde? Welcome back to the channel. I feel like I haven't been live in like forever. What's going on, guys? We're gonna break down the Skeleton Crew thing here. I got some thoughts. I'm in the process of making the video, and it's taking a long time because I have a lot of thoughts. But I'm gonna tell you some of these thoughts right now on this live stream. What's going on? Umpty, what's going on, brother? I'm stretching the heels. Hey, Christina, how are you? All right, so I will be joined here by Chillin here in a moment. He's just logging on. So, I thought the series overall was really good. It was much better than The Acolyte. It was much better than Mando season 3, and I just have a small issue with the ending. It was a little too cookie cutter for me, I guess maybe. I didn't mind how it ended as far as like the final scenes for each of the characters. Like I thought it was kind of cool. We have Wim looking up in the stars. So, is he going to be back? Who knows? You got to remember this thing was filmed like 3 or 4 years ago at this point. And probably I guess 3 years ago, I guess it would have been. So, 3 years when you're a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old kid, 3 years ago, dude, this kid's like, you probably can't even recognize him, But I could see how they could bring him back, and he probably would be like, he probably wants to go be a part of the Republic. He wants to fly an X-wing, So I think at some point we will see some of these characters. Neil, let's talk about Neil briefly, and then I'll get Chillin's a take on this as well. But Neil, I feel like Neil's arc ended in episode 4. And I feel like the first couple episodes, he was more or less in the show because we needed a little comedy. And then he kind of grows a little bit in episode 4, kind of becomes like the hero a little bit. He kind of becomes, just kind of, I guess, more outgoing, if you want to say it that way. I don't know. But the last 4 episodes, I'm like, oh, Neil's still in the show. That's cool. In what is it, episode 6 or 7, he's climbing up the ladder. I guess that was 6. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Neil's character was probably the weakest of all of them. Fern, I think, has the most potential, and it may just be because she's older. Like she has to be older than those kids, I'm assuming, and I don't know 100% on that. But I feel like she's the most intriguing character. And I would love to see something like a spinoff where she would somehow, and I don't have the storyline in my head or anything, but somehow she would link up again with Jod, and Jod would somehow go through this redemption arc, and try to explain why he did what he did and give us way more details. Like, it's cool. I think everyone kind of assumed that he probably was maybe didn't train in the Jedi Temple before Order 66, because I don't think he'd be that old. Anakin, when Anakin dies, and if Chad, if correct me if I'm wrong, but I think when Anakin dies, he's technically only like in his late 40s, and Jod, you easily be in his 40s, but I don't know. I just can't see that Jod and Anakin would have been born within a decade of each other. I don't know. Again, I don't have all the birth dates in front of me, but I just feel like Jod maybe was like a kid. I think he does say he was a kid, and then he met this Jedi, and she sensed something in him and tried to train him the best she could, and then she ends up getting killed by an Inquisitor. I just feel like there's a whole backstory, like a little prequel, and then we go through a little redemption arc for Jod, and then maybe somehow he hooks up back with Fern and trains her. I think that, for me, is like the most interesting part of the show. And again, you don't really have to go and link this all to canon, or not canon, I'm sorry, but you don't have to go heading toward the sequel trilogy, because we know that these characters aren't around, and if they are, then they're not in the Skywalker galaxy, if you want to call it that. So but I think that's the most intriguing part of those two characters. I thought that KB's story was amazing, but again, just like Neil, I feel that her story ended in episode 6, and she was barely in the last 2 episodes. And again, I just unless there's these huge plans that they had to develop these characters more, but like, how are you not going to tell us what the accident is? I don't know. So I have a few issues. I have a few issues with it, but again, overall, I thought the series was pretty good, and I was just a little let down from the finale. What's up, Brooke? I have a great big thought. Well, I can't wait to hear it. Let's do it. Do I think there's a season 2? Well, I mean, according to the ratings, or not so much the ratings, but the viewership numbers that are coming out, I mean, this is like the worst performing Disney Plus show ever. And they didn't renew Acolyte, and that was pretty low. So I have no idea. I don't know. And like I mentioned, like all these kids are at that point, what, going to be 4 to 5 years older than what they are now. So what are they supposed to be like? I guess I was always assuming there would be somewhere between the age of 9 and 10, 9 and 11, somewhere in that range. And I still thought Fern was older, although did they ever say that she was in the same grade as them? I don't even know. Because I mean, Fern obviously looks older than these other kids. So, but yeah, I don't know, Umpty. I mean, if it's the ratings, again, I keep saying ratings. It's the viewer numbers, the viewership numbers. If they're that low, why would they spend more money on it? I guess, unless maybe word of mouth plays out now that the whole series is out, and everybody who was kind of, I guess, boycotting it, maybe is a good word, they decide to go ahead and watch it, and the numbers increase. We'll see. But I as of right now, I don't think so. I really don't. He did say he learned what he knew in the finale. Are you talking about Jod? He did say how he learned. Yeah, I mean, yeah, briefly. I mean, it was weak. It was what every single person knew he was going to say. To make it a female Jedi, that now we gotta go digging and see who in who in canon is still alive. Because God forbid we use legends. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right. Let me bring on Chillin. Chillin's here. And we'll see what his thoughts are. What's up, brother?
What's up? How you doing, Mike?
Good, man. I was just kind of talking to the chat a little bit about, like, I said yesterday when you were doing your live watch party.
Yeah.
I kind of said that I gave it. I think I said I gave it a 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
So I mean, I didn't rewatch it. I couldn't. But I was looking online. I was just kind of reading some articles and just kind of forming my I guess my script, or whatever you want to call it. I usually do a script or bullet points when I make videos, and I just got done recording it right before we went live.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna start editing it. It's gonna probably take me to midnight after this, but it is what it is. I'll get it out.
Right.
And the more I'm talking about it and explaining what happened in it, and it was fine for what it was. If it's season 2 and that's it, we're done. I'm disappointed because I want to see more, and I want some of these questions answered, which is my biggest pet peeve with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I also understand if they're not going to link it, which is fine. I don't really care about that. Mm-hmm. It's cool to have its own little adventure, but I don't want, like, all of a sudden Jod to appear like 3-4 years down the road in something, and then we never got the answers that I wanted. I'd be pissed.
Right. Personally. Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I mean, I'll just kind of recap real quick what I said. So I thought overall, Fern and Jod were by far the best characters in the entire series.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I kind of made mention to earlier that actually, well, maybe this might have been in my video, but I think that Fern, like, she's almost like a younger Princess Leia. That's the type of character that I look at her as. I would love for her to be Force sensitive. I think that would be awesome. And I had mentioned that, maybe we get like a little prequel type thing with Jod, and we see this Jedi, and we just got, even if it's like a half an episode, and we just kind of see and give us a little more information, And then maybe he goes through some type of redemption and Fern ends up being there and that's who he saves or something. And then he takes her and maybe finds out that she's a little force sensitive. And we see Jod training Fern. And that could be an awesome, like little, like side project that they can do. You know, a little spin off.
I'd be here for that.
Yeah.
I'd be here for that. That'd be cool.
So I just, Wim for the most part, I think, he probably grew the most in the series.
Yeah.
And, I do like the shot of him looking at the stars because I think, he probably at this point has got his fill of adventure. He probably wants to grow up a little bit, but I can see him being a pilot or being part of the, I guess it's still called the Republic at this point, but
yeah. Well, by the time he grows up, it'll be the Resistance.
Yeah, that's true. But like, I don't know. KB, I feel like her story ended episode 6 and she was barely even in the show anymore. Like we got the whole part with the circuits and all that. Mm-hmm. Never found anything else about the accident, nothing. And maybe it wasn't a big deal, but it'd be nice to know something.
Right. Yeah. Why could have been like the speeder bike accident or something.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not going to do anything with it, then yeah, you're right. Say, a speeder bike accident, like boom, you had to put that in there to make her survive. Okay, fine. Yep. Cool. That's what it is. But when you say accident, it makes people start thinking. And I'm sorry, but like I've been like this my entire life when I watch Star Wars. Like, I remember watching The Phantom Menace, right? Back in 99. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, dude. Like all me and my buddies would talk about are, what if this? Why was this happen? Why did this happen? We had theories about Jar Jar because we all hated him so much. And I'm like, oh my god, there's something crazy is gonna happen with Jar Jar. Now, granted, nothing ever did. But mm-hmm. I think that is one of the best things about Star Wars is that you can go ahead and talk to people and theorize because there is so much canon. There's so much out there. Mm-hmm. And when you give us a blank line like accident, then boom, all of a sudden we're starting to think about it and then you get nothing. And I think that's why I was so disappointed in the finale because I feel like I had all these questions and I got mm-hmm. nothing. I got a little backstory in Jod and that was basically it. And then we get some supervisor that looks like a giant probe droid,
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool, but
at first I thought it was like, okay, kind of a giant astromech, but now that you mention, but I was like, that's not quite right.
Yeah, like a giant Imperial probe droid. That's what it reminded me of. Yeah. And again, I mean, were you shocked? Okay, maybe I was shocked at the size, and I was thinking maybe it was just gonna be like some robot walking around. But again, Captain Renaud, not even mentioned in the finale. We get no mention at all about why was the hologram blacked out? Why was the statue on what was it Akron? Why was that destroyed? Why were all the things scraped out? Like I feel like we didn't get these answers. I mean, is it the droids doing this? I guess I don't know.
Well, all the things scraped out on the one where SM-33 said it was the captain's orders. He's the one. He admitted he's the one that destroyed at least the coordinates to At-Atin.
So SM-33 is the one who actually scratched it out?
Yeah, he said he's the one that destroyed the coordinates to At-Atin when they were on at Akron.
Okay, so I didn't catch that.
Yeah, by Tak Rened's order. And he said, and anyone who mess around, I'm to tear them apart, limb from limb. That was all because of what
that was that whole part. Okay, so yeah, and and I think that's the other episode. The only episodes I didn't watch twice was 4 because I did not like it, and I did watch the ending again though, but and then I didn't watch the finale again yet. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I think overall for what the show was, I think it was good. I think it was fun. I definitely think it was geared toward kids. The other thing is
kids and Gen Xers.
yeah, and and here's the other thing too. Like Wendell, he might be the worst character in Star Wars now.
Oh sweet Jesus! Yeah, they
terrible.
Oh my God, what a Gomer!
Yeah,
and then he fucking Gomer.
And then he does that stupid George McFly punch. I was rolling my eyes, dude. I'm like, oh come on, dude. This dude hasn't done anything. He's afraid.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna go 80s. Oh, George McFly.
I guess. I don't know. It's just But again,
I mean, he's like, he and Wim are both literal walking 80s tropes, honestly. Like, that's what they were.
Yeah, it's fine though. I mean, overall, I think I would give the series like a solid 7.5, somewhere in that range.
That's fair.
I think that's really fair. It's much better than Acolyte, much better than Mandal season 3. I mean, I would rather watch that than those two. Probably would rather watch it over most of the episodes of Boba Fett and even Kenobi, yeah, I mean,
I agree with all of that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, who knows? Like I was saying right before you came on. I mean, if the viewership goes up after that word of mouth, the whole thing is out. Like I know I have several friends that don't like watching things week to week anymore. Like if I can't binge it, I'm gonna wait.
And, they could get a spike in numbers here over the next little while.
Yeah.
Only problem is like Nielsen's like 5, sometimes 6 weeks behind. I think they're like 5 weeks behind right now.
Because then they just
the last numbers were just for the technically second week, third episode. And they still haven't even come close to charting yet.
Yeah. I mean, and now it was I said earlier, I think before you got on, I said, are those numbers so the numbers they're saying that the show got, is it the worst than Acolyte? But did they say it's the worst like performing Disney show, like live action Disney show, or is it just worse than Acolyte? Like, is it worse than all the Marvel stuff? Like, I wasn't sure what they said.
I don't know. It wasn't specific. It was definitely worse than the Acolyte, so that means it's at least the worst Star Wars live action show. I have no idea how it compares to Marvel numbers. I mean, the only numbers that are actually out right now are for like, the new those new, what's the fucking word I'm looking for? I don't know. They're just a bunch of wannabe Nielsen's, basically, is what it boils down to. A couple of them, they're accurate to themselves. You know what I mean? Like, say, Company A has their numbers for the Acolyte, right? And then they have their numbers for Skeleton Crew. Whether they're actually accurate to, like, the greater world, who knows? But inside their own tracking systems, they're accurate to each other. So there is a point of comparison. Whether or not they reflect actual numbers is another story. Like, I still feel like a lot of those companies' numbers are, I don't know how they come up with them, but they're a little weren't. But if you're just comparing their own numbers to themselves, what they say the Acolyte did, they are now saying Skeleton Crew is not doing.
Okay.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
What up, Brooke?
Yeah, I'm not
Humpty
sure.
Scratches Jar Jar obsessed.
Dude, he loves Jar Jar. We got in some fights about Jar Jar.
Oh my god.
Although I'm all in, dude. Just do something. Like, did you watch the Lego thing with Darth Jar Jar?
No, I refuse. I refuse to have anything to do with Darth Jar Jar. I don't even like speaking the fucking name.
You don't like it, huh?
The entire concept is an abomination and a heresy and blasphemy and anything else you can think of along those lines. Fuck that shit. Basically, is what it boils down to. Fuck that shit.
So he goes, I watched Phantom Menace 50 times, and I usually fast forward. And I'm reverse. I actually fast forward past those Jar Jar scenes.
I mean, if I'm gonna watch the movie, I'll watch him. How rude! But
after the whole scene when they're in what is the name of the underground water place? I can't even remember. But
Gungan City.
Gungan City.
It was just Gungan City. Yeah.
Yeah. When they're in Gungan City, dude, I have to fast forward that entire part. I can't stand it. Boss Nass, awful.
Yeah, Boss Nass. Yeah, just Gungans in general. I was like, George, like, I'm in the theater, like, George, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean,
luckily, then he left. But then we got to end with Duel of the Fates, and it's like,
right. I mean, I like Phantom Menace. What I need to do is I need to edit my own version and get rid of all that Jar Jar crap. I can't take it. It's too much over the top. Too over the top. Even when you first meet him, he's like just rolling around.
You can't like Boss Nass.
Sure. God.
It's that the dude punctuates with that noise like he's like constantly all about big titty Gungan ladies just motorboating all of them bitches.
All right, this isn't a bash Jar Jar stream.
Right. No, well, I can't help myself sometimes. You bring up Jar Jar and I just lose my shit. But
don't worry, we still
I will let me a couple things about the finale.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Well, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the show overall. I would give the show a solid 8. I'd give the finale a solid 8 on itself. Yeah, obviously Wim's dad is, a walking 80s Gomer trope of a father, which is, it's fine as far as it goes. Easily, at least for me, easily like bruh, and then I move on. I accept him and I move on.
The other thing too, even Farrah, like I wasn't really a fan of her in the last episode either. Honestly, I don't. She was like asking her daughter, "What are we gonna do?" Like,
yeah. Well, I get it. Like that was kind of the point of the whole lost parent thing.
I know. Yeah.
It's
and again, I get it because these parents, they've never, I guess they've never really gone off and done anything.
No, they're like until like as soon as the kids left and came back, the parents were officially more sheltered than the kids and more naive than the kids, at least about certain things anymore.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense.
I guess
they've never they literally have never had. I don't think they've ever had to. At least the impression I get is that they've never really had to deal with like chaos or any kind of just going up against anything really difficult. Outside of the education system, it appears that their lives are basically 98% idyllic. I mean, obviously, big enough population, you're going to have a few screwballs here and there. That's just a statistic given. But yeah, like in terms of like knowing what real conflict is like, or what actual chaos looks like, or anything like that. No, they're completely naive on that planet. Well, they were.
Well, right, and that's the other thing too, because I had mentioned in again in the video that I'm editing, I had said something like, what adult is gonna like just let some droids run them, and I'm getting I feel like they all these people knew the supervisor was like this robot. Like I'm getting like she was not shocked at all when she saw him.
Yeah, that's true.
So I feel like I don't know. Maybe everyone who did work for this thing, this robot, whatever.
But I guess above a certain level anyway.
Right, exactly. And but then now I'm thinking it's like, well, if we grew up and that's all we knew is this is the leader, I guess we just do it. It's like we don't really know any better. I mean, shit, dude. We're sitting there paying taxes. Do we really know where all that money's going? I mean,
no, never have, never will.
Right. So I mean, and we're the idiots who just keep giving 30% of our paychecks to these people. And
exactly.
Like, yeah, it's going somewhere, I guess.
Yeah, so well, a lot of these weird things that kind of throw us off. I think once we remember the fact that planet has been isolated for a millennia or more.
Yeah.
A lot of their naivety and a lot of their like, why the fuck would you do that behavior is easily explainable. It's because they literally have not for like 100 generations known anything other than what they've known.
What they do there, right?
Yeah. Period.
Yeah.
So
I wish
that explains a lot of their eccentricities, as it were.
Yeah, and I guess the one thing I wish that we would have gotten in this, even if they would have showed it in the finale, I wish that they would have showed us more of a wider shot of like the entire planet. That's the only criticism I have of the Aunt Atten parts of the series is that it feels like it's in a little lawn. Like this is the lawn, and that's it. That's all we can ever show.
Yeah, that was that was one of the few things that occasionally did lack scope. I mean, the series overall had the scope.
Yeah, but just like I just never knew how many people were actually living on that planet.
Yeah, because they only really showed the one city where the supervisor's tower was, and that's
right.
They made it look like they almost made it look like that was literally the only city on the planet, and the rest of it was just like woods and shit.
Right.
I don't know how I don't know how much I buy that, honestly. But they definitely limited our exposure to the planet itself for sure.
Yeah, it's like that one little street, the woods, and like the school.
Yeah.
I mean, and then we have the tower at the end. But
Yep.
I mean, it's just kind of that's nitpicking, I guess. But it would have been nice to see a larger grand shot of like how many
Yeah.
people are actually living there. Because
Yeah.
when we go to Akron, it's like there's 2 clans, and it does all like it seems like there's like 20 people there, and that's it.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, so yeah, go ahead. I mean, so what did you think about like the kids' development? Like, how I kind of said I felt like it ended here. Did you feel the same way, or do you? I mean, because like KB, dude, I feel like we never even saw her again after episode 6. Like she was just like kind of in the background.
Well,
Like all of a sudden she's in the ship in the finale, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. I actually would I have liked a little more development of KB? Sure.
Yeah.
It's not something I'm like really tripping about, like because the essence of KB we really got like some in each episode for the most part. Like first she just seemed like the smart one who liked her little gadgets. Then we realized the gadgets are part of her. Then we realized she's like literally the out of
Smartest
the
one.
4 of them, the smartest and the most calculating and potentially the most cold out of all 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so would I have liked more? Yeah. But am I upset I didn't get more? Not really.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I mean, they like pretty much, they gave Neil his, growth arc in the show where they were in the episode they were on at Akron, and then really didn't do much with him past that either.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So yeah, Wim and Fern probably grew the most.
Right.
Excuse me. Yeah, but yeah, overall I'm satisfied with what they did with the kids. No, I didn't really put it together, but as soon as you mentioned it, yeah, Fern definitely has young Leia vibes. Now that you mentioned, I'm like thinking back to Kenobi. I'm like,
Yeah.
they are pretty similar, and I'm down for that though. Like,
Yeah.
Star Wars honestly needs more Leia-like characters in it right now.
Instead of just making them all to just like
There.
Yeah, I mean, and like, beginning of the series, she's like, I don't want to call her a bully, but like she reminded me of like one of the girl bullies, like kind of sort of in like your 80s movies, honestly. Like,
yeah, she was totally that trope.
Yeah,
totally.
and I mean, so her arc was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing with Wim. I mean, I found Wim really annoying in the beginning, and I kind of liked him, and it was cool. He grabs the lightsaber like that. He actually used it the right way, so that's a win.
Yeah, he didn't almost stab his own foot off this time. He's like,
yeah, it kind of gave me
that's
a little.
That's the end that almost pointed me last time. Let me turn this shit over.
It kind of gave me like little John Boyega vibes, the way he kind of like listed up, and I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know if that was on purpose or whatever, but
I don't know. I don't think it was probably specifically Finn related, but I mean, you saw the Jedi stories and all the books and shit he had. There's no way he wasn't picking up poses that he liked from him,
Right.
I mean, this is one of your most basic sword fighting stances anyway.
Yeah.
Like this ready position. Like it's like the base of pretty much every sword fighting form that's actually exists or has been invented. Here we are. It's almost baseball like if you think about it.
What did you think? Okay, so are we supposed to assume that all the pirates are dead in that ship? Is that what I mean, they got blasted down, and that was pretty cool when we saw the beat.
I don't know that we're supposed to. I don't know that we're supposed to assume they're all dead. I actually don't think we're supposed to assume they're all dead, especially because they left Jod by himself smirking there at the very end.
Yeah.
So I would bet mob money at this point. What's up, Reef?
What's up, brother?
I would bet money at this point we're going to see him again.
Jod?
Yeah.
I hope so, because I do think that he crushed it. I think he was really good in the role. And like I said, I would love to see more of a backstory and get a little more information.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens. I'm really curious. Like, I thought, again, it doesn't matter to me that much, even though I keep bringing it up. It doesn't matter that they didn't link it to more. But man, how awesome would it have been to see like Carson Teva.
Dude, I was like, X-Wings, come on, give me Carson. I was
literally
saying that. Give me. Oh, you motherfuckers.
I know.
The one alien pilot they showed, he was Carson Teva's partner a couple times in The Mandalorian.
See that little link would have been cool, and then I would just wonder if we maybe see some type of cameo or something with him in the movie. I don't know. Maybe not,
there's no way he's not going to be in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. He's got to be in that movie. I mean, he up until this show, he was literally the connective tissue between the entire Mandoverse.
Are you talking about Carson or are you talking about Jod?
I'm talking about Carson.
Oh, okay. So I was talking about Jod.
Oh no, Jod. I don't expect to see Jod again. Probably. What's up, hyperspace? You know, based on what's come out about the plot of Mando and Grogu, it wouldn't.
Dude, I hope that's not true.
It wouldn't.
That's a whole other stream,
dude. I'm about to shit all over that on my stream.
No, that's a whole other thing.
But let's just unfortunately, I think that probably is dead ass because Harloff doesn't say much, but when he does, there's shit behind it when Harloff actually says something.
Yeah.
But again, assuming he's correct, assuming his source is correct, it actually wouldn't be too much of a stretch if Jod showed up in that movie. If for no other reason than he's also running from bounty hunters and they just kind of cross paths.
Yeah.
You know, because he's definitely going to be wanted. He's going to be wanted by the New Republic. Guaranteed that.
That, and I mean, I don't know. Again, we don't have much story of Brutus. I'm assuming there's someone who's probably pissed that he is murdered, basically. You know.
Oh yeah, there's going to be somebody that's displeased, especially after they got blown out of the sky on Ad-At. Nobody is happy with Jod Nanowood right now.
You know, in one of the rumors, you know, and if you guys don't want, just turn it down for just a minute. But one of the rumors, for the Mando and Grogu movie is that I guess the Hutts are supposed to be putting part of this, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, the whole point, as far as what Harloff said, and RPK partially confirmed some of this too. Excuse me. Is that Embo, the big hat motherfucker from Clone Wars?
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's going to be a race between him and Mando and Grogu to get Rhoda the Hutt, being voiced by Jeremy White from The Bear.
So I could see, you know, there's some type of link there with the Hutts and with Jod, because you know, if the Hutts hire out these bounty hunters to go do their dirty work, basically. Yep. So if he gets wind that, you know, that his boy Brutus was murdered, could be like, even you know, that wouldn't be an awful like beginning of the story. And you see maybe Jod get captured, and then you kind of, you know, fade to black and you go into the episode, and that's kind of like a little teaser for maybe what's coming in the future. I don't know. You know, again, we're just spitballing here, but
complete speculation.
Yeah.
But yeah, even saying that, well, I can see a path to him being in that movie. I doubt it's going to highly doubt that's the case.
Yeah, I give like a 2% chance.
I'd say his best chances of showing up are on another Disney Plus show, or maybe the, you know, Filoni's Avengers style movie.
Yeah,
I would say those are the two biggest possibilities.
Yeah, I don't see him being in like Ahsoka at all. Like, I don't. That doesn't fit. Like, yeah. Do you think Rosario is going to be in Mando and Grogu? Do you think Ahsoka's going to be in there? Or do you think they're going to wait for the Avengers style? This is more just the Mando and Grogu.
Well, Ahsoka season 2 doesn't come out till after, so I'm going to say no. She's going to be stuck on Peridea.
Oh, you're right. She's still in. That's right. She'll still be in Peridea. That's right.
Yep,
that's true.
Yeah. So I doubt it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I wasn't thinking about that.
Yeah.
Really quick, while we're talking about Ahsoka, what do you think about the recasting of Rey with the Hound from Game of Thrones?
I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a damn good actor.
Yeah,
and
he just won't be able to throw the F-bomb around, I don't think, on his
no, I think he'll be all right with it. I mean, from what I understand, he was literally friends with Ray Stevenson.
Right, I like that.
Ray's widow blessed this casting like herself.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I think it's cool, and I'm glad that they're not going to just like kill them off or do whatever without, because I just
Mhm.
have a feeling that they have big plans for Balin. I
Oh,
really do.
they left him on the father's outstretched finger. If they don't have big plans for him, what
Yeah.
the fuck are they even doing
Right.
over
Exactly.
there?
Yep.
Which is, I mean, obviously we asked that question a lot about that studio. Anyway, but that would just be like top 5 stupid ass moves that company ever made if they
Yeah.
just let Balin's story fade out into nothing.
Yeah. So I'm glad they did do that. Um, Speaking of speculation, I think I figured out
Oh,
Andor season 2 is going to end.
have you? Have
I
you?
uh I mean,
I don't know. I have my own theory, Umpty Scratch. It
do
might be the
you
same as yours.
do you like Andor?
I like Andor as a television show. It's a very well written, very well acted, very well produced television show. It has no business having a Star Wars sticker on it, though.
Yeah.
That's where that show loses me.
Like I think I'm gonna, because we don't really have Star Wars content now. So when did that drop in April or something? When was it?
April, yep. Yeah,
April. Okay.
beginning of April. It literally drops, I think.
So we have two and a half months basically.
Well, no, I think a week or two before Star Wars Celebration Andor premieres.
Okay.
Because Celebration in Tokyo is in April as well.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about going back and revisiting it and just kind of doing like, rewatch videos or something. And just in it, it's funny, man. Like, we make videos, make content, but like sometimes, dude, like I learn so much more about what I'm watching when I actually am diving into making a video because I have to know it, right? And I rewatch
Exactly.
and watch. So maybe I'll enjoy it more. Those first 2 episodes, I just didn't care,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I just thought it wasn't. Didn't think it was that good. And the one episode where they're like in the prison, I think I barely remember. I even barely remember it. But that's like I think that's when Andy Serkis is in it for those like 2 episodes, right?
3
2 or
episodes,
3.
4,
Okay.
5, and 6. Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
3
4, 5,
episode
and
prison
6.
arc.
And I think I'm thinking of like episode 6. I thought episode 6 was pretty good.
Yeah.
But again, like, and it's funny. I'm watching it, and I remember, and again, I don't even know, dude. Like, Mon Mothma, awesome, but like, oh, dude, it's so much. It's so much, and I'm just like, I just keep thinking to myself, I'm like I don't know. It
Is it
and
that late in the
I
month?
get
I thought it. Sorry, Umpty just put the date out there. I thought it was the beginning of the month. I guess I fucked that one up.
April 22nd, so we have about 3 months actually. Oh, it's
Yeah.
even
Okay.
better.
So
That's 3
it's
months.
like
But
that's like the week after Celebration then.
yeah, so they'll probably do some kind of teaser there, or maybe show the first episode at Celebration. That's probably
Yeah.
why they're doing that.
They're probably at least taking one good idea from Marvel, and that is doing their Celebration the week a movie comes out.
Yeah.
Because
So
remember, Deadpool and Wolverine dropped the week of San Diego SDCC.
Yeah.
So that allowed them to get a little extra hype, and they did show the movie to lucky Hall H peoples.
I was in there.
Oh, you were in there that day? So you saw,
me and my wife got in. Yeah.
You lucky motherfucker.
It was cool, dude.
Dude,
you gotta go you gotta go check out the video because I have a bunch of footage from there in
Oh, no
in
shit.
one of my
Nice.
San Diego Comic-Con videos. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and check that shizzle out for sure.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like when Hugh Jackman came out, and then Ryan Reynolds, obviously, and then at the end when they bring out everybody. What'd you say?
I said I don't hate you. I promise. I don't hate you at all.
I interviewed very very short interview because it's hard, but I did a little interview with what's her face too. Of course, now I'm sitting here drawing a blank. Armorer. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think I remember you. I think I remember seeing you when you posted that one.
And I still can't remember her name.
Yeah, I don't know.
How awful is that? Jesus.
I mean, literally, she wears a mask the entire time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But yeah, she was really awesome though.
And anyway, also her normal speaking voice does not sound like her armor character either.
That's true. Oh, Emily Swallow. That's who it is.
There it is.
There it is. All right. So I don't know. What else want to talk about? I mean, I feel like we kind of dove deep. I mean, I guess I'm gonna tell you my top 3 favorite things of the series, and or the finale, because we're talking finale.
Yep.
And then I'll tell you the 3 things I was the most disappointed in, which I kind of already touched upon some of it. But
Yeah, sure,
so
go for it.
I really like, and then if you want to think, if you want to do it, you can, do the same. But I think that my favorite parts were, I really liked that. Well, to a point. I liked when they did go up to the supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting very much Emperor Palpatine type vibes in his throne room,
Mm-hmm.
like the
Yeah.
elevator, especially. I thought that was
Yep.
awesome. And that
Yep.
again, I don't know if that was really meant to be like that, but I think it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And anything
Yeah.
that
See, like you're actually clarified. Like I know the feelings you're talking about, but I
Yeah.
wasn't able to like, put a name on it. So I'm enjoying what you're doing because like you're pointing out shit I'm feeling and actually crystallizing it into what the hell it was. So yeah,
Yeah.
dead ass.
So I thought that was really, really cool. I really like the line, and I'm probably not going to say it right, but the line that Jod says something like, "The galaxy is full of darkness with a few lights of glimmer,"
Yep.
and
That was a dope line.
yeah, I mean, and then you see Wim looking at the sky that's dark with the few stars, and so I'm kind of thinking that was related. Again, I'm just doing what I'm thinking. So I really like that. And then actually nothing to even do with the episode, but did you watch all the credits at the end? You watch all that?
No, I did not watch the credits.
Oh, did you? So you did not see the image? You haven't seen it? I might have it.
No.
I'm gonna pull this up for you. Oh man,
I completely skipped the credits, and now I'm a little annoyed. What I missed?
Yeah.
What I missed? What I missed? What I missed?
Go back and watch the very end credits, and I'm trying to find it for you. I'm pretty sure I got a picture.
Cool.
I just gotta find it.
Yeah, I'll tell you one of the things I really liked.
Yeah, go ahead.
Was I think it was when Fern was talking to her mom, and she literally dropped the essence of Star Wars when she was talking to her mom. She's like, "Mom, it's about good guys and bad guys, and the good guys need to win." It's like, yeah, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is literally, forget the visuals, forget the lightsaber, forget everything else. That was literally the most Star Wars moment in that entire show because she literally spoke the core of what George put into Star Wars.
Yeah.
Which is it's good versus evil. There's no real gray like what Disney keeps trying to put into that shit. Nothing like that. She was like, it's good guys and it's bad guys. And that's it. So I was like,
so you remember I think it was the first episode.
What's his name? Shackman? Is that who did this? Matt Shackman? No. John Watts. John Watts fucking. Yeah. John Watts fucking gets it. I want him to do more Star Wars.
Yeah.
Even if it's not more Skeleton Crew, I want him to do more Star Wars. With that line, well, him or his co-writer, one of the two. Yeah, but one and or both of those two fucking get it. And I want more of what they want to do because they fucking get it.
Yeah. I mean, again, I do like what Filoni and Favreau do, but I still think that when they decided to have Luke take Grogu, I think Kathy Cunningham was pissed, and she's like, "Hell no!"
I guarantee that's the reason. Cow. That's why we got those episodes in fucking Book of Boba Fett. And that was all her. Like, what are you doing to my merchandising?
Right. And look what happens when she doesn't touch anything. There's no way she touched anything in the show. And
no,
how good it was.
Yeah, exactly. That's that was also. I don't think I brought it up. You are no. C-Dub in my chat brought that exact point up. He's like, there's no sign of Kathy's fingerprints on this show.
Nope.
And I'm like,
exactly.
Nope. And guess what? We fucking enjoyed it. Amazing.
Yeah. So if you remember back in the first episode when Wim is on his little like iPad thing, he's looking at all the images of like just like what has been going on. And again, I don't know how historical that is or whatever, but in the end, in the credits, this is one of the like the shots from that iPad.
Oh no shit.
So it's like they've kind of gone down in like their little history.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome. Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah. Go back and rewatch it. There's some
catch.
There's some pretty cool
I am
stuff
gonna have to go back and watch the fucking credits now. God damn it. I was just like, credits. This ain't a
Yeah,
Marvel thing, so fuck the
usually I'm like
credits.
that too, but I in a finale, I always watch it because I'm like, well, maybe, even though half the time or more than half the time it never works out.
Right.
But
I'm gonna have to borrow
they
that
did
page from
this,
your
so
book though, for sure.
but that was pretty cool. So
That is pretty sweet.
yeah, so I thought that
They
was
went
neat.
down in history.
That's right, just like Rudolph.
Yeah.
Humpty says, "Can't type. Why did they have all those Republic coins and were they minting them still? Does that make sense?"
Well, they were tasked with their great work and then isolated for millennia, and outside of the supervisor, who obviously had access to outside communications, barrier or no barrier, because he specifically brought up Order 66.
But that's also the last thing he brought up. Because
True.
remember, because even the supervisor didn't know, because he knew that the Jedi were bad guys because of what Palpatine said in
Yep.
episode 3. But yeah,
Yep.
I mean that the supervisor made mention that then we lost communication and we never heard from them again.
Right.
So it's actually not a bad question because, like, honestly, like, what are all those credits for? Now, again, you could play it off and be like, well, we don't know the real reason, but all we know is that Thrawn could possibly be, oh, look at this planet's rich, come down and dominate them, and and then take them for his fleets or whatever.
I have a sinking feeling those credits are going to end up going to people we don't want to fucking talk about, if you know what I mean.
I know.
At some point, that's probably what it's going to be. But
I mean,
as for the story reason, they were just carrying out their assigned task in isolation.
Yeah. And again,
the reason they had so goddamn many is because no one went to get them any damn more.
Right.
So they were just making them and storing them and making them and storing them and making them and storing them.
And what I want to know is, like, they when we talked to Owl Lady back in like episode 2 or 3 or whatever it was, she said there's 9 planets. We're all we still don't. I don't know if we really know. Were they all cloaked like Ad Adin was, or were they? Know. Or was Ad Adin like I don't know because why would
they never said.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe Ad Adin was like the only mint, and the other 8 had their own functions that were less important. Maybe I don't know. That is one thing that they never really got into. I mean, I'm not like uber upset about that, but yeah, I wouldn't mind that info.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of questions, and I mean, chances are we're probably going to end up getting probably a book. I mean, so I'm sure there'll be an author out there that will want to write the story of this. Maybe write a prequel of it. And kind of explain this. I mean, that's usually what Star Wars does, but. Again, it just goes back to a little disappointed because I wanted maybe not all the answers, but more than what we got. Because I feel like what we got was the supervisor was literally just a robot. It wasn't even like a cyborg. I kept saying, well, it's got to be a cyborg of Renaud, and there has to be a plan why he wants all these coins minted. We didn't get any of that, and then obviously we got the little backstory of Jod. But beside those, I mean, there's all those other little questions that just never really, heard of. And
honestly, I don't think the Jedi that found Jod is been named ever. C-Dub brought this up too. He's like, he thinks the reason they kept it that vague was completely on purpose, so that
so us nerds can't dig deep.
Well, not because of that, but just because they were avoiding the danger of making another bad connection.
Yeah. And also possibly breaking some type of lore. Exactly. I kept thinking, like, the only Jedi I was really thinking of was like Barriss. If she didn't even, I don't know. I guess we technically don't know if she lived or died, right? After Tales. But
technically no.
Right. But I could see Barriss maybe, but then Barriss is gonna get so I don't know. That's the only one that I could really think of, and I would have to go back to watch Tales and see when does it link in together. Does it actually fit? Because he did say he was a young kid, right? Like he was like he said, didn't he say something like I was your age or something like that?
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's right around.
Yeah,
which makes him a little younger than I thought. Like I thought he was more of a contemporary of Anakin. which would have put him in his 20s.
I had mentioned that
World
earlier
Order
before you got
66.
on.
But yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so. He's about 10 years younger than what I thought. Cool.
Yeah.
I was wrong about that. Oh no.
And
But
even
yeah,
even if you don't use the Force to hit that like button, you can pretend you have the Force, like we thought Jad was. I'm glad they didn't do that though. I'm glad they didn't have him be like a fake, because we already saw that in, what was that, Kenobi, right? We kind of saw that. I'm glad they didn't do that.
Yeah, Kumail Nanjiani's character.
Yeah, I'm glad they did not end up doing that again. So
yes, yeah.
I did put a poll up. Let me see if we have any.
It was. But yeah, I was not upset about the vagueness of the Jedi that trained him for a smidge, because it keeping it like that avoids a lot of potential issues that were not avoided or have not been avoided anywhere near enough in the past. You know what I mean? So they're just like, yep, some raggedy temporary survivor of Order 66, as it turns out, found him, gave him a little bit of training, then got her ass wiped.
Yeah.
Out.
So if you haven't voted in the poll, vote really quick. Right now, we only have 3 votes. I didn't really announce I was doing the poll, so if you guys didn't see it, take a quick look, and then we'll kind of go back. And I put a poll up on Twitter and up on the community tab. So I'm probably gonna do like a little video on all that. I'm gonna put all that data together and just kind of see how people overall thought about this episode. And it seems like most people were pretty happy with it for overall, you know. So that from what I've been seeing.
Yeah. Those that watched it, yes.
Those who the 9 of us that watched it. Everyone who watched it voted. All 35.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of. I mean, that's been the tale of the last 3 shows this year. You know. Yeah, because like, I don't know. Did you watch Agatha?
I did. I enjoyed Agatha. I liked it. And again, I don't think it didn't get much viewership though, did it?
No, it didn't.
I think it was the best thing probably since Loki season 1.
I feel like the finale may have charted.
Yeah, the finale was good.
On the Nielsen's original, I think the finale charted.
Yeah. But even in
the second to last one,
even in that finale, I felt like there's some questions that weren't answered. But again, I think those characters will end up probably seeing again. I would assume, at least
100%. We're going to see Agatha and we're going to see Agatha and Billy again before the end of this saga for sure.
And then who was the big bad in that? What was the witch's name?
Rio?
Yeah,
Lady Death, played by the unfortunately traumatized currently Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, she's not. Yeah, she didn't. Yeah, she wasn't killed in that, so she'll be around.
No, well, she's Lady Death. She literally can't be killed.
Right. Yeah. And then what was the dude, the young boy? He's still good to go, right? I can't remember if I remember the finale. I remember the fight at the end, but
what, Billy?
Yeah. Oh, that's Billy. Okay.
Yeah. Billy and Ghost Agatha are off on a quest to find Tommy now.
Yeah, and
from thence to find Wanda.
That's right, because we find out that was that's right. We find out that was one of Scarlet Witch's kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Billy Kaplan, and then they drove by the destruction of the dome, and then got in that accident, and then Billy Kaplan's body died, and then Billy Maximoff hopped right on in.
Yeah.
Said,
that was fun. I thought that was a good series. Like I said, it was a little drawn out because like each episode, and I don't know spoilers, but because I don't know who in the chat has watched it or who cares, but you know, it was a little drawn out because like each episode was one person, you know what I'm saying? So but
we're gonna see Jen again too in Midnight Suns, possibly.
Which one was that again?
The African American lady.
Okay, the
potions lady.
Yep.
Yeah. You remember how she like got her juju back and then popped out the ground and flew off?
Yeah.
The very unfounded rumor / speculation is that we probably are going to see her again in Midnight Suns, like down the road. In the comics, she is a member of Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
I found out. So
did you watch the Daredevil trailer?
Look at my thumbnail. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Just look at my phone.
I figured that's what you're probably be talking about tonight. So
first I'm gonna poop on the Mandalorian and Grogu movie for a hot minute, but yes, it's gonna be mostly Daredevil.
Yeah, it looks really good, and it's funny how they're
God,
they're
did you
almost.
watch the original on Netflix? Did
Oh
you
yeah,
watch
I
the
watched
original?
all of that. I
Okay,
watched
yeah.
that, Jessica Jones. I didn't watch the other. I watched Punisher. I didn't watch the other one with what's his face. His,
Luke Cage was pretty decent.
I mean, I never watched Luke Cage, and I didn't watch the other one. The other
Iron Fist was kind of weak.
Yeah, I didn't watch that one
Honestly,
either.
that was the weak. Excuse me, that was the weakest one of the four. Iron
Yeah.
Fist was. Luke Cage was actually pretty decent. It wasn't
Was
like
it? Yeah, we never watched it.
it was not Daredevil and Jessica Jones level of fucking peak, but it was pretty. It was decent.
Yeah, Punisher. We love Punisher. That was good.
Oh yeah,
And
Punisher was great.
he's coming back in this, right?
Yeah,
yeah. And Jessica Jones is in this too.
That
we're not sure.
Never been confirmed. There's been hints of it. She's kind of teased it a little bit here and there on her Instagram. But
yeah,
if she is somehow, nothing official about that is leaked out.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, let me see if the poll has changed. Have you guys done anything on this? So it looks like we still only got 3 votes. That's fine. But basically, we had the choices were perfect ending, good but expected more, and about what I expected, and then not.
Oh, I voted on your Twitter poll.
On my Twitter one. Yeah,
I voted on your Twitter poll.
I couldn't. I was trying to remember exactly what I put, and I thought it was similar to this.
It was pretty close, yeah, from what I remember off the top of my head.
But this was like a 3-way split. So perfect, and then good, and then about what they expected. So
yeah,
but yeah, I'll probably have a video coming out on the poll either tomorrow or on Friday. So
what, on OnlyFans?
That's right.
On the poll.
Okay. All right. Well, I know you got a live in like 30.
True.
And I think we've done a pretty good job wrapping this thing up. I know we missed a couple of weeks there because of the holidays, but we'll definitely have to maybe when Andor comes out.
Yeah, we'll definitely I don't know about like weekly, but like they're supposed to cover 1 year of time every 3rd episode, so maybe we follow that.
Yep.
Do it after every 3rd episode.
Like, that would be perfect.
Summarize the arc.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
As it were. Yeah. Yep. I'm down for that. That'd be cool.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you hanging out, man.
Of course, man.
Coming on the streams and stuff, and I'll let you roll because I know you got one in like 29 minutes now, and I wanna catch the beginning of it.
Right.
I can see you go poo poo on Mando, but
I'm totally doing that first, and then I'm spending the rest of the time trying to keep my pants contained talking about Daredevil.
Are you gonna play the trailer on it?
Yeah, I've checked out breakdown videos that are none of them been copyrighted, and they all play the trailer through.
Oh, they haven't been okay.
Yeah, they haven't been copy struck yet. Let me.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I was thinking about playing it, but I'm like, at this point, I'm just gonna head over there, and if you guys want to check out that and check out Chillin's channel, like I said, he'll be up there at 9 talking a little Mando, and then talking about Daredevil and about the new series. So,
yep, nope, just checked one, not copy struck. So
okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, really, honestly, like when I do reaction videos to those trailers, I feel like the only ones that give me a really hard time is HBO.
Well, it's Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers are the biggest pricks on the fucking block. They get off on copy striking. I swear to Christ.
Yeah, they do it. It sucks because the other half of my channel is Game of Thrones. And it just stinks because it's so hard to do a reaction video because then I'm like, then I go chop it up, and then or I gotta I can do it, they'll strike it, and then I just remove that part. But it sucks for anyone who rewatches. Although I usually do this on a live stream because then like at that point, I find live streams don't get rewatched all that often.
Yeah.
So
one little baby trick that I've figured out. To keep from getting copy struck, avoid audio as much as possible, and B, never have anything moving or heard for more than 10 seconds at a time.
So it's 10 seconds is the rule.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, maybe 15 if you really want to gamble, but so I mean, but when you watch like a show or whatever, if there's something actually going on in a scene, you can get a lot out of 10 seconds of footage.
Yeah.
Like you can get a couple 3 lines in a good conversation, back and forth, like 2 or 3 each, if they're not speaking super Or
So the key then
slowly.
would be to like pull it up, and then it'd be
Mhm.
like 8 to 10 seconds. Just kind of do a pause, do a little talking,
Mhm.
and then it sucks because you don't get the full
Yeah.
gist of the yeah.
Mhm.
It might even be easier just to make that as a video than a live stream. Now that I'm thinking about it, because you can cut
Yeah.
it up for every 8 seconds, but it's a
Yeah.
lot. It's a lot of work to do that kind of stuff, though. It really is.
Yeah,
It's a
it is
lot of
kind of a
editing.
pain. And
It
that's
is.
all, and that's just because Warner Brothers is a bunch of
Yeah.
pricks.
Yeah. But all right, guys. Well, thank you so much, Chillin. I appreciate it. Everybody in the
Anytime, bro.
chat that was here
Anytime,
today.
anytime you want to pop in the basement, you're more than welcome, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Well, and like I said, once Andor comes, we'll definitely work out the schedule for that. Because
For
you said
sure.
it's every 3 or every 4 episodes. Is it
Every 3
3?
episodes, they're covering 4 years of time,
So
and
it's
it's a
4
12
years and
episode
12
season.
episodes.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you
Yep.
think
So
it's
every 3 episodes is a 1-year arc, which in and of itself makes me look forward to this season more than the last season, because they're going to have no choice but to keep it moving.
yeah?
They
I
are
mean,
not going to have the time to dick around like they did the first season.
we'll obviously get K2SO. I would
Yep.
imagine we would get him. Do you think
Yeah,
we'll see Jin? Do you think we'll see Jin? A little cameo of Jin? I know he doesn't technically meet her though, right?
No, he
Into
never,
Rogue One.
he never sees her till the movie. So I doubt
Yeah.
we might get her dad. We might get Galen.
Galen.
We might get Mads for a bit, just
Yeah.
because I know we're getting Krennic.
Right. Yeah, that's
And
gonna be awesome.
and Galen was working for Krennic before the movie started. So they may have snuck in a little Mads Mikkelsen. I doubt it, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to discount the possibility.
It stinks too, because I know Felicity Jones has come on record saying that she would love to play her, but like, I mean, at this point, like if you make her alive, it would be really dumb. and
Yeah,
I don't know how much a prequel of Jyn Erso would be that exciting. So
yeah.
but
Well,
I
let
always
me
thought
think.
that was
She
a good
was
character.
she's in what, her 20s in that movie, so she was.
You think Felicity Jones was only? No, she was older than that. 20s? Oof.
Yeah, mid to late 20s.
Really?
Yeah, because she got hidden. She got hidden in and she was maybe no older than 10 when they
In
came
what?
when in Rogue One, when Krennic came and got her dad and shot her mom. She was maybe 8 to 10 at that point in the beginning of the movie. So when she's grown up,
Wait, are we talking about Jyn Erso? Or are we talking about Felicity Jones?
I'm talking about Jyn Erso, the character.
Okay, okay. I thought you were saying that Felicity was in her 20s when she made that movie. I'm like,
No.
there's no
But
way.
Jyn Erso, the character, was in her 20s in Rogue One.
Yeah, well, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Felicity. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't think she's that young.
So that means she's probably like maybe 10 years younger than Cassian Andor at this point, 15, give or take.
Is it? Well, it's 4.
When the movie
right now,
happens.
we're 4 years away from Rogue One, right?
Yep. So she's probably like 18, 19 at this point.
18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Somewhere 18 to 21 at this
It's
point.
possible. It's possible. But also, if the cameo doesn't mean anything, it's kind of useless. So.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, at most, yeah, because he didn't even meet her till how far in the movie, right? She got captured. Yeah, okay. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say I'm giving it like a 0.5% chance, if that, of seeing Jyn Erso in Andor season 2.
It would be cool, but like you said, if it doesn't mean anything, it doesn't really matter. So
yeah.
But
actually, that'd be cool to have the Mikkelsen brothers though.
Yeah.
Because we already got Lars's what's his fudge, Luthen Rail, right? That is Lars Mikkelsen, isn't it?
No, Lars is Thrawn.
Oh, that's right. Who the fuck am I? Oh, Skarsgård.
Skarsgård, you're talking
Wrong
about.
family. Yeah, wrong family. Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah, the daddy Skarsgård is Luthen Rail, and I love that fucking character. I don't give a shit what anyone says, and rag on the rest of the show all you want. Luthen Rail is fucking peak entertainment.
But again, I think it's another character that I just don't think he gets enough screen time. Like, I feel like he was in the first 2 episodes and is so sporadic. I don't know. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch Andor, I guess, and just I'm really gonna have to like pay attention and care because.
Well, I mean, even if he didn't get that much screen time, what he did,
what he does with
120% what he could with every fucking second he got.
Yeah.
Like that fucking speech to his inside guy. I don't remember which episode that was. I think maybe around episode 7. It was after the prison arc. But yeah, his inside guy in the security division, when he came and saw him, and he gave him that whole speech about what he's given up and shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, I did. I did like that prison arc though. That was one of the better parts of the show.
Yeah.
But all right, cool, man.
All right.
All right, chat. Christina, hyperspace. Thank you guys. Reef, thank you for popping in, brother. I don't know, Brooke, you were in there for a little bit. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I think that's about it. So
Yeah.
all right, guys.
And Christina.
Thank you, Jillian. Christina.
Yeah, no problem.
Yep. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget to keep those heads on, and we'll see you guys in the next video.